Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री जानकी वल्लभो विजयते श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम् अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं धनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. One day, Bhagavan Sri Mahavishnu was sleeping on his Shesha in the Milky Ocean, and Lakshmi Mata was pressing his feet. Suddenly one frog thought that I should go and touch Bhagavan's feet. So the frog tried to go near Bhagavan, but Lakshmi Devi was very alert. So she started shooing him away. But he kept trying to go near Bhagavan. Then Shesha also came and started with his tail, started to stop the frog from coming near Bhagavan. It is said that that frog became Kevata. And in front of Sita Ji and Lakshmana, he not only touched Bhagavan's feet, but washed his feet and allowed Bhagavan to enter only after that. So that is the story of Kevata. Yesterday in the last session we were seeing a breath of fresh air in that entire gloomy scene of Ayodhya Kanda, where everybody is so emotional. Suddenly Kevata brings that joy, little bit of humor into the whole scene. We saw full of love, but how beautifully he first stops Bhagavan from entering into the boat, saying that your feet have magical power. Even the dust of your feet can convert stones into women. What if my boat becomes woman? Big problem for me. I will lose the boat and I will have another wife. Now they both of them will fight. What will I do? So if you want to enter into the boat and cross Ganga Ji, allow me to wash your feet. Bhagavan, understanding that this is a devotee wanting to do that, he allows. And only when Kevat along with his family washes Bhagavan's feet, drinks that tirtham, then allows Bhagavan to enter into the boat, takes him across. And how Tulsidas Ji beautifully said that by drinking the tirtham, he drank from Bhagavan's feet directly. He first made sure that all his ancestors have crossed the ocean of samsara, and then he took Bhagavan across. A very beautiful portion of Tulsi Ramayana this is, because Tulsidas Ji also says that one who is the Lord of the entire universe, and one who measured all the three worlds with his foot. Now he is requesting Kevat, a simple boatman, to cross Ganga Ji. That is what Leela is. That is what Bhagavan's Karuna is. Nath Kripal, Kevat had said, that you are Nath, you are capable, but still you are Kripal, you are compassionate, and therefore I am sure you will give me this chance. And after taking him across also, when Kevat falls at Bhagavan's feet, Bhagavan thinks that I should give him something, I have not given him anything. So Sita Ji removes her Anguliyakam ring and says, you give this. When Sri Rama offers that, Kevat says, I don't want, Bhagavan. You are thinking what you have not given me, and I am thinking what have I not got today. I have got everything today. For so many days I have been doing this, to and fro on this Ganga Ji, but today all that effort has borne fruit. Today it is fulfilling day for me. I want nothing else, and I had promised you that I will not take any fare. So I cannot take. If you want to give, on your way back, whatever you will give me, I will consider it as prasada and take it. But Bhagavan is Bhagavan. Bhagavan Vida ki na karunayatana bhagati bimala barude. He gave the boon of Vimala Bhakti, and then only he departed from there. See, we saw last time that Sita Ji is Mukti Swarupini, and therefore what she is offering is Bhukti Mukti both. Through that ring, Kevat can get lot of prosperity, lot of wealth. At the same time, he actually is getting liberation. When he gives up both, that saying that I don't want this, I don't want that. Then Sri Rama gives him Bhakti. That is what the entire scene means. Now, Bhagavan goes forward along with Sita Ji, Lakshmana Ji, and Nishadraj also is there, okay? Still he is there. So, four of them, they go and they enter Prayagraj. Again, very beautiful explanation is there. Bhagavan first goes to Ganga Ji and does the snana, Sangama Sthana. He does the snana and he makes Shivji's linga using the sand. It's called Parthiva Rupa of Shivji. Now, Parthiva Vigraha it is called, and worship. So, even today, even during the Kumbha, you might see that near the sand, people will make Shivalinga and worship. They themselves make Shivalinga and bring water from Ganga Ji and offer it there. And then they themselves will do the, Visarjana also. They themselves will remove all the Rupa of Linga and again make it into sand. So that Bhagavan did here in Ganga Ji, and later on in Rameshwar. That is how that, see, because of such stories only, yatras etc. have become very popular and very strong, right? And that's how people start to have those customs, those traditions, and they start also following. Now when Bhagavan is doing this, Sita Ji goes to Ganga Ji, and Sita Ji is requesting Ganga Ji. She is praying to Ganga Ji to protect me specially and make sure that I come back with both of these people, my husband and my brother-in-law. Make sure that we both come back. And when we will come back, we will worship you again as we go. So this is important point, okay? I will tell you why later. But this is important point. Now when Sita Ji prays like this to Ganga Ji appears there. And she says, what are you doing? You are praying to me. The whole world is praying to you for everything and you are praying to me. She says, it is actually to make me great, you are praying to me. So by you praying me, I have become great. Gangaji says, you don't need my blessings. You are Jagat Janani, you don't need. But because you have asked, it is my kartavya, it is my duty to tell, you will return with both of them. Okay, healthy. So she says, that will happen. May your glory keep growing. And Gangaji prays also and blesses also, both. So that is a very beautiful scene. And that is why while coming back, Bhagavan comes back to this place. Then only goes to Ayodhya. We'll see. From Pushpaka he comes down again. Because she has promised that she is going to worship Gangaji. We'll see. Now Prayagraj, further, glorification of Prayagraj is there. I think Tulsidas Ji likes Prayagraj a lot. Earlier also twice he has done. Now third time he is glorifying Prayagraj. Isn't it? Earlier he had said that it is Prayagraj is like the moving sadhus. Moving tirthas are sadhus. He says among all the tirthas, Prayagraj is the best. And he gives so much of description. Now here he gives a complete metaphor of Prayagraj. He says Prayagraj, we have said, is the king of all holy places. Isn't it? Tirtha Raja. Raja means king. Tirtharaj Prayag we say. So, because it is the king of all holy places, king should have few things. King should have minister, queens, friends, and Simhasana should be there, Chhatra should be there. All these things should be there for king. He says all of them are there. In this Prayagraj, which is the king of all holy places, Satya is the minister. Truth is the minister. Shraddha is the queen. Shraddha is the queen. Okay. Strilinga. Shraddha. It's queen, no? So Satya and Shraddha, these are very close to this king. And Veni Madhava is his friend. In Prayagraj there is a temple. Very famous temple is there, no? Veni Madhava. Shri Krishna's temple. Krishna Bhagavan's temple. So that is his friend. And what is the Simhasana? It says Sangama Sthana is the Simhasana. Throne. Prayagraj, the main place is what? That Sangama Sthana. And Akshayavata, that banyan tree which is there, that is the Chhatra for this Prayagraj. And he says when that throne, that Simhasana is there of Sangama, from both sides Gangaji and Yamunaji are coming. So waves of Ganga and Jamuna are like chamaras for this Raja. Chamara are those fans, no? Behind the king you will see those two people, they stand and they do like this. So for Prayagraj, those chamaras are who? Waves of Gangaji and Yamunaji coming from both sides. And this is what Prayagraj is, he says. Now in this Prayagraj, Sri Rama goes to one ashrama, which is a very famous ashrama of Bharadvaja Muni. See, you see, Bharadvaja Muni's ashram is there since then. Bharadvaja Muni is also staying there since then, since Sri Rama's time. Where Bharadvaja Muni we saw? One of the 4 ghats of this Ramacharitmanas is Yajnavalkya Bharadvaja Samvada, isn't it? Shiva Parvati Samvada is there, Kagabhushundi Garuda Samvada is there, third is this Yajnavalkya Bharadvaja Samvada, and then Tulsidas Ji telling to his mind. So this Yajnavalkya Bharadvaja Samvada is happening in Bharadvaja Muni's ashram in Prayagraj. And if you remember, when Yajnavalkya Rishi had come for that Magha Mela, while he was going back, Bharadvaja Muni said, you please stay, and asked questions. Who is this Rama? We hear about one Rama who is like this, and another Rama who is Parabrahma. And Yajnavalkya Rishi smiled and said that actually you know everything, but still you are asking not for yourself, but for others. How he knows everything? Because Bharadvaja Muni is part of Ramayana. He has met Sri Ramachandra. So Sri Ramachandra now, along with Sita Ji, Lakshmana Ji and Nishad Raj, he goes to Bharadvaja Muni's ashram. You see? Where is it? Taba Prabhu Bharadvaja pahi aaye, karata dandavat muni uralaye. Just before Doha number 106. Muni mana modana kachu kahi jai, Brahmananda rasi janupai. He says that Bhagavan came to Bharadvaja Muni's ashram and did Dandavata Pranam to that Muni. Now, see the beauty of this. Bhagavan is, of course, God of the entire universe, but he always respects sadhus, sannyasis, munis, rishis, etc., how they should be respected. And therefore, he falling prostration to and Dandavat Pranam and all this is natural. Now, mind you, Bharadvaja Muni also feels that this is Bhagavan. He doesn't have to do, but he knows he will do it. He Maryada Purushottam, he will do it. See, even after meeting Sri Rama like this, when later on he speaks to Yajnavalkya Rishi, he doesn't tell his stories. He requests Yajnavalkya Rishi to tell. This is what we have to learn. Many times what we do is, we want to tell our association with great people. And we say, you know what happened once, no, Gurudev came to our... So more than Gurudev, it will be glorification of you only in that story. Gurudev remains us on the side. You start telling about yourself. I used to do so much and I used to drive him and it becomes from Gurudev's story to your story. So what happens many times is, there is a chance. Imagine Sri Ramachandra himself has come and, has done Dandavat Pranam to Bharadvaja Muni. Bharadvaja Muni is not telling this to Yajnavalkya Rishi. He says, I want to listen to Ramakatha. This is a very unique thing that we must learn from this story. That, yes, he has met Sri Ramachandra. Yes, there are so many things that have happened, but he doesn't tell that. He wants to listen from some more knowledgeable, more wise person. We also should become humble and listen more. I heard somewhere very nicely that very nice thing was said, that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. 2 ears and 1 mouth. Why? Because we should listen double than how much we speak. But Vedji, shall I tell you something? You don't follow this. You are talking all the time. Whenever we see you, you are talking. Yeah, but you don't see me when I am listening, na? That is my job, what to do. You give me chance, I will not speak at all. But we should listen more than how much we talk. Rather, especially when the elderly person, wise person, we say Vriddha in our Indian thought. Vriddha is of many types. Jnana Vriddha, Vayo Vriddha, Tapo Vriddha, Sadhana Vriddha, so many types of Vriddhas are there. When we meet such elderly person, whether it is Jnana Vriddha, more in knowledge, more in tapas, more in sadhana, even more in age, we should listen more and not keep telling our own stories. So Bharadvaja Muni indicates that very beautifully. But when Bhagavan did Dandavata Pranam to him, Bharadvaja Muni could not control and he took Sri Ramachandra and hugged him and said, I'm so happy, I'm so lucky. And he thought that he has gained Brahmananda. That was what he was experiencing. And after they had brief conversation of how is everything, Kushala Mangala it is called. After inquiring about all that, then Bharadvaja Rishi starts to worship Bhagavan through his words. Before doing this, he gives Kanda Mula Phala, all the roots and fruits, very beautiful sweets and sweet fruits, etc. He gives, and as they are eating, he starts to speak. And he says that, Bhagavan, what can I say? All my austerities have borne fruit today. Aju sufala tapu tirath tyagu. Aju sufala japa joga biragu. Safala sakala sudha sadhana saju. Ram tumhahi avalokata aju. Bhagavan, today I have seen you, all my tapa, tirtha yatra and tyaga and japa and yoga and vairagya and sadhanas, all of them have given their result at this very moment that I have seen you. All the result of all sadhanas is to have darshan of Bhagavan. Whether it is Saguna Bhagavan or Nirguna Bhagavan, that's Nirguna Brahma. That's up to each one, what kind of sadhana we are doing. But that is the result. And he says that I have seen you, all of that is now completed. All of it has given me its result. Labha avadhi sukha avadhi na duji. This is the avadhi. This is the height of labha, gains. Whatever one can gain in the life, in anybody's life, he said this is the acme, this is the final thing. Sa kashtha, sa paragati, that one. This is limit. Sukha avadhi na duji. This is the limit of joy also. There is nothing higher than this. Tumhare darasa asa sab puji. I have had your darshana. Now I don't want anything else. I have gained whatever needs to be gained. I have got every joy that needs to come. Abba kari kripa dehu barayehu. But still, you should do now one kripa on me. What? Nija pada sarasija sahaja sanehu. What a beautiful line just before Doha number 107. That, oh Bhagavan, please bless me and give me this boon. What? Nija pada sarasija sahaja sanehu. May I have sahaja sneha. Sahaja sneha means natural love for your lotus feet. Not forced love that I have to remember. I have to remember Bhagavan's feet. I have to remember Bhagavan's feet. I have to remember. Not out of practice, but let me have natural love. See, natural state is what? They say natural state of water is to flow from high point to the low point, isn't it? You put water, it will naturally go down. Whereas to raise it to height requires effort. We say every object tries to go back to its natural state. Temperature wise also and form wise also, everywhere. He says, let me have this as my natural thing. That my mind should go naturally to your feet. Means what? To take my mind away from your feet should take effort. Not to put it. Somebody once asked Tukaram Maharaj that, how do you place your mind in Vithala? What is the secret? We want to know. So Tukaram Maharaj asked, how do you place your mind anywhere else? He says, I also want to know. Sundarate dhyana ubhe vitevari kara katavari gheuniya. Such a beautiful form of Vithala is standing there, standing on a brick, kara katavari gheuniya, and keeping his hand on the vest, and such a beautiful form, tulsi haragala, kase pitambar, kasturi. How can you have your mind anywhere else? For these saints, their mind has become so much united with Bhagavan that to separate it takes effort. I had one very interesting story. That we are going to study Narad Bhakti Sutra, and in Narad Bhakti Sutra, Naradji will define devotion. After defining devotion in many other ways, according to other people, what is devotion, etc., he says, Naradastu tadarpita akhila acharata tad vismarane paramavyakulata iti. He says, according to Naradji himself is saying that what is devotion? Tad arpita akhila acharata. That you devote all your actions to Bhagavan. Tad vismarane paramavyakulata. And when you forget Bhagavan, you feel extremely uneasy. As though fish is removed from water. How that fish, tries hard to go back. He says, like that your mind should feel when the mind is not thinking about God. And he gives example, yatha vrajagopikanam. Just as love or bhakti that those gopikas of Vrindavana had. It is said that Naradji once went to Vrindavana to see what is happening. That Bhagavan has left, now gone to Mathura, and he is away from these gopis. What are gopikas doing? So he went there and he saw everybody, they were chanting Bhagavan's name and they are doing their own activities, etc. One gopika there sitting in meditation. And he felt very, very weird that I have never seen gopika meditating. They will keep doing their own things. So he waited for that gopika to finish. And when she came out, he asked, you were meditating on Sri Krishna? Means you also have to meditate on Shri Krishna like me? She said, no, Naradji, you don't understand my problem. He says that Kanha has taken my mind so much that he doesn't allow me to work. So I was meditating to remove him from my mind so that I can do other actions. Nija pada sarasija sahaja sanehu. May I have that sahaja prema, sahaja bhakti, sahaja sneha at your lotus feet. See what a beautiful thing. If we want to pray to Bhagavan, no, this is what we should ask. Not that I give me this, give me that, and may this happen quickly, and this is useless all actions. Ask something like this. Karama bachana mana chhadi chalu, jab lagi janu na tumhara, tab lagi sukhu sapnehu nahi. And he makes one very beautiful statement. He says, Karama, Bachana, Mana, Chhadi Chalu, Jab lagi janu na tumhar. When my mind gives up all the negativities and all the kapata and janjal, all the things of the world, and places itself in your feet, tab lagi sukha. That is the real gain, real joy. Sapnehu nahi kiye koti upachar, which you cannot gain by crores of other actions which you can perform. Even in your dreams you will not get this kind of joy. The joy that mind experiences when it naturally goes to Bhagavan's feet. Giving up all other negativities of the world, when that mind naturally goes, that is the height of joy. Bharadvaja Muni found correct time to speak all these things when Bhagavan was eating fruits. The moment Bhagavan finished, now Bharadvaja Muni is praising him as God. But he is in the form of a young Kshatriya Raja only. So he can't bless him. Prostrated already, Dandavat Pranam is over. So in his mind only he smiled. And wish that, okay, may he get whatever he wants. What he wants? Nijapada sarasija sahaja sanehu. He wants that natural devotion at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. And he says, may you get it. Now, Sri Ramachandra starts to praise Bharadvaja Muni, saying that how he is the best of all sadhakas and how great sadhana he has done. And the mutual admiration, what can you do? And thus praising each other and then saluting, prostrating to each other. Now both of them stop. Then Sri Ramachandra asks one very interesting question. He says, O Bharadvaja Muni, as you know, I have to stay here for 14 years. Which road should I take? Now I have to enter into forest. Now we have come, we saw Tamasa river, they crossed, and then Ganga ji they crossed, and now they have come here. Now which road should I take? So Bharadvaja Muni says, Bhagavan, whichever road you will take will be correct only. Now how can you decide which road to take? All roads lead to you and you are asking me which road you should take. You take any road. But Sri Ramachandra says, no, you know this place, you have been staying here, please tell which road should we take. So he looks at his students. So students run, how many of students are there? 50, 100, whoever is there, they come running saying that we will show. And it is said Bharadvaja Muni picks 4 brahmacharis, saying that 4 of you go and show Bhagavan correct road to go into the forest. Okay, now the question comes, why Bhagavan is asking which road to take? Later on we will see also to Valmiki ji, he will ask which place I should stay. See, he has taken human form to show us how to live. So it is a teaching for us. We should always ask this question, which is the correct path? Which is the correct place to stay? Even worldly, let us say from worldly standpoint also, anybody wise, any elderly person is there, we should always ask, shall I go by this road or that road? Whenever you go to a new place to stay, you should always ask, where should I stay? Why? Because you should stay at a place which is safe. and staying where you can have easy access to satsanga. You should get chances of doing seva. Such place you should find. I know of so many people, when they are shifting to another city or something, they will message me, Vedji, where is Chinmaya Mission Center in this city? So that we will take some place near it. Why? So that we can keep going, some classes will be there, some satsang will be there, some jnana yajnas will be there. We should always ask, where should I stay? Where should I go? Which road should I take? Why? What is the road by which I can have more satsanga, more bhakti? Whenever I travel, I ask Swamiji. Why? Because he will show me some road, which will go through some temple or something will be there, which otherwise we will not know. When we think, we only think about what is the shortest way, less traffic, etc. Swamiji always will tell that, you go by this, then you can have that darshan on the way. Even if you don't get down, you can at least see the temple. You should always ask. Now this is worldly sense. Now you come little higher. We should always ask ourselves or our guru or some sadhu, sajjana, which is the right path for me as a spiritual seeker. What are the steps of sadhana where I should stay? I should always ask this question to the elders. And you see, Bharadvaja Muni has chosen 4 brahmacharis to show the road, isn't it? It is said those 4 brahmacharis represent 4 Vedas. Which path should I take? The path which is shown by the Vedas is the path I should take. Vedo nityamatiyatam taduditam karma swanushthiyatam. I should study the Vedas and I should walk the path that the Vedas are prescribing. Right? So that is what is indicated here. Then these 4 brahmacharis are now leading the way. Tulsidas Ji says, how did he choose the 4 brahmacharis? That is also a very important question. There are so many students are there. All of them wanted to go. So Bharadvaja Muni decided based on whose sadhana is ready to give its result. According to that, he decided that, okay, these 4 are ready. They should be blessed now. So those 4 were sent with Bhagavan. And they are leading, and Bhagavan Sri Rama and Sita Ji, Lakshmana Ji, Nishadraj, all of them are going. Now there is a long description up to Doha number 122. No, 123 actually. Long description of what all things happened. So as they are going, as they are going through some roads, nearby villages, some people are there. The moment they come to know that Sri Ramchandra is there, they come there to see Bhagavan, to have his darshana. Some people Bhagavan meets on the way. They are also going in the same direction, so he meets. So they are having conversation while walking. And very interesting. Many people are, asking, why are you here? And the story. So the moment they will hear the story, they will have their own comments. Dashrath Maharaj is like this only, and Kaikeyi also. What kind of people in Ayodhya have no brains only, I am telling you. That's what. Then they will immediately say, no, but actually it is good only because they left, therefore we got this opportunity. Actually we should thank Brahmaji only. He is the one who is designing the whole thing, no? So thank you Brahmaji for sending. Some women will go near Sita Ji and will ask questions that, among these 2, which one is your husband and which one is the other one? Then she will say that this very beautiful description is there. When asked who is your husband and who is your brother-in-law, she will describe brother-in-law and will look at husband and just smile. She will not say, this is my husband. Lajja. So then they start quarreling among themselves. See, I was telling you, this one must be the husband. Then the other one, but I thought that other one is. So like this, having conversations, all 3 of them went ahead. It is said, every single thing that Bhagavan touched, whether it is a village or whether it is a ground or whether it is a tree or whether it is a river, every stone, he says, every single place that he touched, attained glory. So thus, giving glory to all these places, Bhagavan is going forward. Now after some time, the 4 brahmacharis, they have done their job. Now the road is clear. So the 4 brahmacharis return back. Nishadaraj also has to return back. And Sri Ramachandra, Sita ji and Lakshman ji, for the first time, only 3 of them are there. If you see from the beginning, first Sumantra was there, accompanying them. Then Nishadaraj was there throughout. And then so many people came, Kevat came in between, etc. Now only 3 of them are there. And as they are walking, what a beautiful explanation is given here. After Doha number 122, let us read. आगे राम लखनु बने पाछे,
आगे राम लखनु बने पाछे,
तापस बेश बिराजत काछे,
तापस बेश बिराजत काछे,
उभय बीच सिय सोहति कैसे,
उभय बीच सिय सोहति कैसे,
ब्रह्म जीव बिच माया जैसे,
ब्रह्म जीव बिच माया जैसे,
बहुरी कहूँ छवि जसी मन बसई,
बहुरी कहूँ छवि जसी मन बसई,
जनु मधु मदन मध्य रति लसई,
जनु मधु मदन मध्य रति लसई,
उपमा बहुरी कहूँ जिय जोही,
उपमा बहुरी कहूँ जिय जोही,
जनु बुध विधु बिचरोहि निसोही,
जनु बुध विधु बिचरोहि निसोही,
प्रभु पद रेख बीच बिच सीता,
प्रभु पद रेख बीच बिच सीता,
धरति चरण मग चलति सभीता,
धरति चरण मग चलति सभीता,
सिय राम पद अंक बराए,
सिय राम पद अंक बराए,
लखन चलहि मगुदाहि न लाए,
लखन चलहि मगुदाहि न लाए,
राम लखन सिय प्रीति सुहाई,
राम लखन सिय प्रीति सुहाई,
बचन अगोचर किमि कहि जाई,
बचन अगोचर किमि कहि जाई,
खग मृग मगन देखि छवि होहि,
खग मृग मगन देखि छवि होहि,
लिए चोरी चित राम बटोही,
लिए चोरी चित राम बटोही,
जिन्ह जिन्ह देखे पथिक प्रिय,
जिन जिन देखे पथिक प्रिय,
सिय समेत दो भाई,
सिय समेत दो भाई,
भव मगु अगमु अनंदु तेई,
भव मगु अगमु अनंदु तेई,
बिनु श्रम रहे सिराई,
बिनु श्रम रहे सिराई, सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय।
So it is said Bhagavan had crossed Ganga ji from Prayagraj, then he proceeded further. He saw Yamuna ji also. So he had Yamuna ji's darshan and then they went forward. Now only 3 of them are there. Tapasa besha birajata kaj. And how are they walking? Sri Ramachandra is first, then Sita ji and then Lakshmana. Ubhaya beecha siya sohati kaise. And it is said as the 3 of them were walking, Sita ji is in between the 2 of them. No? How? Brahma jiva bicha maya jaise. Says it is like Brahman is walking in front, Maya is following Brahman, and then Jiva is following that Maya which is following Brahman. Says that is how the 3 of them are walking. See how beautiful. Bahuri kahau chabi jasi mana basai, janu madhu madana madhyarati lasai. Or if I have to give another simile, so he says it is like in between, where is it? Madhyarati lasai. Like Rati. Rati is Kamadeva's wife. So in between Kamadeva and Vasanta Rutu, Rati is walking. The second upama he gives. Or Upama Bahuri, kahan ujiya joy. I can give many, let me give you one more. Janu Buddha Bidhu Bicha Rohini Sohi. Says as though between Buddha and Chandrama, Rohini is going. So like that, between Sri Ramachandra and Lakshman ji, Sita ji is walking. But you see, the first one is the best one. Brahma Jiva Bicha Maya jaise. That Brahman is going forward, Maya is following Brahman. Why? Brahmashraya. And then the Jiva is following the Maya which is there, following Brahman. And as they are walking, Prabhupada Rekha Bicha Sita. He says, as Bhagavan Sri Ramachandra is walking, his footprints are there. Now Sita ji doesn't want to step on the footprints of Sri Rama. Therefore, she is putting her foot in between his steps. Dharati charanamaga chalita sabhita. And therefore, very carefully she is walking. Imagine what kind of respect. Forget about touching Bhagavan's feet by her foot. No, that is too far. Even Bhagavan's footprint should not be touched by feet. And therefore, as Sri Ramachandra is walking, she is putting her foot in between his footprints. Now Tulsidas Ji says, problem is of the third person. Siya Ramapada Anka Baraye Lakhana Chalahi Magu Dahina Lahe. Now Sri Ramachandra's footprints, Sita ji doesn't want to step on. Now Lakshman ji doesn't want to step on both their footprints. So he goes little on the right side and then he is walking. So that his foot does not fall on both of their footprints. What a beautiful thing. Like this, those three who had so much of love for each other, respect for each other, the three of them are going. So many people, they say, you see, Sri Ramachandra and Lakshmana are walking on both sides to protect Sita ji also, because they are entering into forest. But at the same time, you see how the beautiful explanation is. And Jina Jina Dekhe Pathika Priya Siya Sameta Do Bhai Bhava Magu Agamu Anandute Vinushrama Rahe Sira. Everybody who met three of them, they became so happy. And they kept on telling that, please on the way back also let us meet, we will be here only and then you come back. So that is the beauty of Bharata. You don't need to know people to start conversation. Isn't it? So many of us have made friends because we were traveling together, either in bus or car or in train and flight, etc. Isn't it? Strangers. We don't have that hesitation. Actually, sometimes it becomes too much. We don't know our limit only and we start directly asking all kinds of questions we can start asking. But you see, that is the beauty of Bharata, that you can directly, and suppose you are traveling with your parents, you should see parents will start telling your entire story to them in front of you. Such an embarrassing thing. Amma, sometimes this person doesn't even know us. Why are you telling? They will tell everything. And then when they will open their tiffin, food, etc., they will share with everybody. Probably the food that you have brought, if you are a Gujarati, then that food will go throughout the compartment. Why I said you Gujarati? Because they will have lot of food. They never think about themselves. Very selfless people. Two people are traveling, they will have big bag for everybody because they know that is how things are. So you open, tepla will be there and kakra and dokla and all these things will go around and people also don't ask who has given. They take, they eat, they pass. So by the time it comes back, it is over. That is how it is. That is how, trips are supposed to be. You go there with your headphone and looking at your, then what is the fun? Neither you look outside the window and don't see anything nor you talk to anybody. Sri Ramachandra didn't do anything like this. He spoke to them when they were traveling together with all the people who were traveling and giving joy to everybody. That's the whole purpose. Giving joy to everybody, he proceeded further. Now Tulsidas Ji says, sometimes when such description is given, people feel that why we were not there at that time. It would have been such a nice thing, no? So he says, don't worry. अजहु जासु उर सपने हो काहू, बसऊ लखनु सिय रामु बटाऊ, राम धाम पथ पाई ही सोई, जो पथ पाव कबहु मुनि कोई. He says, don't worry that we were not there at that time. Now you are there. He says, you remember Bhagavan now, and you will get the same kind of joy which those people got when they were walking with Bhagavan. Tulsidas Ji says, even if somebody sees Sri Rama, Sita and Lakshmana walking, in your dream, you will get the same Ramapada. I tell you, to get such dreams is a lot of punya. Our dreams, we are falling from the mountain, falling from top of the building, and we reach railway station and railway has left. Many of us still get the dreams of attending exam, that we prepare for history paper and then physics paper is there when we reach. Such kind of dreams we have. Tulsidas Ji says, if somebody sees Sri Ramachandra Ji, Sita Ji and Lakshmana Ji walking, in the dream also they will get that Ramadhama, that Ramapada they will get. And that is how they are proceeding. Now what? Now sometimes when they are going, Sri Ramachandra will understand that Sita Ji must be tired. See, both of them have done it before, walked with Vishwamitra Rishi everywhere in the forest, they are fine. But Sita Ji has never been to such place. And in different places, even description is there in the same section, that they are walking barefoot. Because people ask, why the stone etc. is not troubling you? They ask. Which means they are not wearing any kind of padatrana, nothing to protect their feet. So, when the moment he feels that Sita Ji must be tired, see, Sita Ji will not say, because she has promised, I will not give you trouble if you take me to forest. I will not ask you, rather I will serve you. That's what she has promised. She will not tell that I am tired. Bhagavan himself will say, no, I am tired, so let us sit for some time. Why? Because he knows that she must be tired. And like this, saying to each other, they go forward. And then what happens? They come to Valmiki Rishi's ashrama. So again we see that Valmiki Rishi also a Samakalina of Bhagavan. He is of the same time, he is from the same era. So when Valmiki Ramayana is written, he is present there. And that's why we consider that as part of history. As Ityasa, it has unfolded in front of his eyes. It is not that he has heard about it from somebody and is writing history book. No, he has seen it happening. That's why we consider this Valmiki Ramayana and Jaya Mahabharata as Itihasa. Why? Because both the authors are part of the story. Valmiki Ji is a very small part of the entire story, but as I told you, that is the structure of Ramayana. The different people, they come in and go. For some time they are there. Now Vishwamitra Rishi is over in that Balakanda. Doesn't come back. Now Kevat Prasang is over. Kevat is gone there. Now Bharadvaja Muni will not return again. Now like that Valmiki Rishi also. But he is very much part of the story. Valmiki Rishi will come back again later on in Uttarakhanda. But here he is very much part. And Sri Ramachandra, Sita Ji and Lakshman Ji, they reach Valmiki Ji's ashrama. And Bhagavan is so happy looking at the entire ashrama. The description is given that there is enough water to drink and there are beautiful ponds and ponds are filled with lotuses and on that lotuses bees are there, Brahmara is there and many animals are there in the ashrama and they are all living without any enmity towards each other. Even the naturally enemies are staying very happily with each other, staying joyously. There are even other ashramites, other people, ashramavasis, who are also living very happily, and Bhagavan becomes so delighted looking at this whole setup, and he says this must be ashram of a great Mahatma only. And the moment he sees Valmiki Rishi, he again goes and offers his Sashtanga Pranam to Valmiki Ji, and the joy is same on both sides. Valmiki Rishi also becomes so happy, and Adaratitya, all the welcoming of the guest, and makes him sit and gives Kandamula Phala. This is the only thing that you can offer to a tapasvi, who is in forest. What else can you offer? So he gives that also. Then Bhagavan says something. What he says, we will see next session. Okay. Same kind of scene which happened in Bharadvaja Muni's ashram is going to repeat here. That first, Sri Ramachandra has learnt his lesson. That when Rishi Muni gives you fruits, don't eat immediately. If you start eating, they will start praising you. So he, before eating, he first says that I have something to say. So he says this time first, and then Valmiki Rishi replies. Let us see. Beautiful portion. We will see next session. Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Dhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Ati Veera Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti
Gita Maruti Sangita Maruti
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti
Duta Maruti Rama Duta Maruti
Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti
Bhakta Maruti Parama Bhakta Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Veera Maruti Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
Gambhira Maruti
सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय
उमापति महादेव की
जय
बोलो भाई सब संतन की
जय
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय
ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।